Worldwide electric vehicle sales hitting a record high in September with a lot of help from China. Research firms Row Motion says that manufacturers sold 1.7 million EVs globally last month. That is up more than 30% year over year. But concerns remain for the EV sector. On Monday, the Wall Street Journal highlighted depressed resale values for those vehicles. Joining us right now is Mark Fields. He's the former CEO of Ford and a CNBC contributor. And Mark, I think the general feeling a lot of people have is, oh, nobody's buying EVs anymore, but that's certainly not the case. What do the numbers show?
Well, the numbers show that EV sales continue their upward trajectory here in the U.S. and around the world. You've seen them reach new heights, for example, here in the U.S. in terms of market share and in terms of volume. So the good news for the manufacturers is EV sales are up. The bad news, it's costing them a ton of money. And one of the downsides of this is when you look at residual values or people that have previously bought EVs, you know, those residual values are literally plunging. And so that's going to have implications for consumers because, you know, when their vehicle is, their loan is higher than the cost of their vehicle, you know, that's going to keep them out of the marketplace. It's also going to put a little bit of a bad taste in their mouth when it comes to buying their next EV, if they do. And from a manufacturer standpoint, it's costing them more money. And then just as importantly, because a lot of the new EVs are being leased, almost half of them here in the U.S. are being leased, that's sticking the manufacturers or the automakers with the residual value risk. So not only is it challenging to make money on new EVs right now, but, you know, these residual value risks are going to be lurking on their balance sheets.
Let's run through some of those things. It's more costly for the manufacturers because they've had to offer bigger incentives to convince people to buy them from the get-go?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Becky, for the manufacturers, it's really around building scale, right? When you're building scale in the auto industry, that's how you work down the costs, the piece costs for the vehicles. So they need to build scale. They've built a lot of these joint venture battery plants with the battery partners. They have a lot of capacity in place. They have to fill that up, not only gain manufacturing experience, but work down that commercialization curve. So they need the scale. And to do that, they have to spend a lot of money to do that. And so this transition is costing them a lot of money. And that's why these automakers who have very strong ICE businesses that produce a lot of profitability and cash flow, that's so important for them to kind of bridge this profit desert, so to speak, on this transition to EVs. And it leaves the smaller players really vulnerable.
If we're trying to get through this desert, as you call it, to bridge to the point where you get people to come back in, the residual values being down, why is the market, the used car market for EVs so depressed? What's the issue?
Well, actually, what you're seeing on the used car market, first you're seeing prices come down, right? Because as manufacturers put incentives on new vehicles, that depresses the residual values on vehicles and kind of brings it down. But you're actually seeing, you know, used vehicle EV sales grow pretty substantially. And you know, Tesla, their main competition may not be the other automakers. It may be that used Tesla sitting on a dealer's lot. So, you know, you have a lot of these dynamics going on right now. And again, that's why more people, when they're buying EVs, they're leasing them because they don't want to take that residual value risk. They'd rather leave that with the manufacturer. And oh, by the way, the government incentives, you know, there's caps on the cost of the vehicle and the income that the buyer makes. That goes away when you lease. There's a loophole there. So the customers and the manufacturers are taking advantage of that.
What do you make of the talk of tariffs or tariffs on foreign-made EVs or not allowing autonomous vehicles that are foreign-made at all? Do those make sense, and how important is it for U.S. manufacturers of these cars?
Well, Becky, there's a lot of debates on tariffs, right? Here in the U.S., tariffs are now 100% for imported Chinese vehicles. It's a double-edged sword, right? On the positive side for the automakers here in the U.S., it gives them time to get their house in order to become more and more competitive, particularly on EVs. Because the Chinese automakers have such a competitive advantage around costs And you're seeing that play out in places like Europe right now, where in the market, the Chinese players have a significant market share, and they're battling it out with the European automakers. The other side of that is, the automakers need to compete against the Chinese automakers around the world. So if you put tariffs here in the U.S., they still have to compete in places like Europe and Asia. And so you have to kind of compete, so to speak, at the coal face there to learn, how to get your costs down. So I think for right now here in the U.S., it's a point in time, but every automaker is working really hard to compete with these Chinese automakers because they have to. You can't escape the math.